everyone, and welcome to the second episode of Codar. In this series, we'll be solving some programming problems in Python. This is problem number 2. So without further ado, let's begin. Today, we're going to be solving this problem. The problem is that Chef's computer has NGB free space. He wants to save X files, each of size 1B, and Y files, each of size 2B, on his computer. Will he be able to do so? Chef can save all the files on his computer only if the total size of the files is less than or equal to the space available in his computer. Okay, so let's break the problem down. It's already pretty short, but it's pretty easy to explain as well. So basically, Chef has a computer and it has NGB of free space left in it. Now he wants to save X files and Y files as well. Now, X files are each of 1 GB. So basically, the memory it will take is X multiplied by 1, which is X, of course. Now, and for Y, however, the size of each Y file is 2 GB. So the memory taken by that will be Y multiplied by 2. We need to check if their sum can be downloaded with Chef's computer having a free space of NGB. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the problem. Let's try to solve this. And as you can see, in the input format, it says the first and only line of each test case, like last time there are test cases, contains 3 integers. But this time it's 3 integers. Now, I will explain how we're going to take input for all of these 3 in one line. I'll explain. Okay, so first we're going to build a basic algorithm so that we can solve the program after that. So let's make a basic algorithm. So we're going to do this in steps like we did it last time. So the first step is that we need to take NGB of free space, X files, and Y files as input. Right, so that's step 1. Okay, step 2 is that we need to set the download wage, the total download wage. This is going to be the amount of memory that will take for all of these files combined. Let's say it's TDW, just to explain, as X, which is the X files, multiplied by 1 GB, plus Y multiplied by 2 GB. Now that one makes sense, right? Because all of the X files each take 1 GB and Y multiplied by 2 GB, and we're just going to make the sum of that. So X plus Y 2 GB. Now step 3 is that we need to check if TDW is less than or equal to N. Because if it's less than or equal to N, it can be downloaded to Chef's computer, because it has enough space, exactly enough or more than enough. And then step 4, if TDW is less than or equal to N, return yes, else no. Alright, so that's our basic algorithm covered. Now we will write the parameters that we'll take as input. We're going to write at the rate of parameters like we did in the last episode, and we'll write number of test cases, of course. This is the first one. Free space, we'll say free space. 1 GB files and 2 GB files. So that's all the parameters. That's a pretty big mouthful, not gonna lie. And then return, like last time, it's going to be yes/no. We'll find that a lot of the questions, a lot of the problems will be output as yes/no. Okay, so first, obviously, we'll take test cases as int input, obviously. For I in range test cases. Now, we need to take input for all these 3. Free space, 1 GB files, 2 GB files. So all of those we have to cram in one single line. And it's going to be in the same line, 3 values in one line, separated by spaces. So that's how it's going to be, right? Now, to do this, we're just going to first write free space. We're going to declare these variables. Then we're going to do a comma. Then 1 GB files, let's call it 1 GB files, and 2 GB files. Now we've done that, we're going to do equal to, but this time we have a group of them. Now usually how you set these values as a group of them is that we set to like 0, 0, 0. So it's like 3 to 3. Makes sense, right? But how we're going to do it here is that because it's guaranteed, here it's going to be 3 values in one line, as you can see. So we're going to use this handy little function called map. It's an inbuilt function which takes an iterable object, any iterable object, and it converts all of the elements of that object into a specific type. Like let's say we want to convert all of them to int, because yes, we do want to convert all of them to int. So we're going to write int, then we're doing a comma, then we're going to do input. Now, this actually will not work with input alone. True, input does take it as a string value, and string value is iterable, and map only takes iterable objects, including lists. When we take input, there's still going to be these space bars. Those are actual space bars which are going to be there. So we need a way to remove those space bars and take all the values individually. How are we going to do that? We're going to use dot split. Now dot split alone, it removes all spacebar characters and converts this into a list. Let's say we have a string like hi, I am Natty. So what this will do, if we take this string and do dot split, we get this. We get a list of this hi, comma, I, comma, am, comma, Natty. So this is what it's going to give. That's how split works. It removes all of the spacebar characters. Now you can use split for any other ones as well. You could set this to like I don't know, comma spacebar if you get that kind of stuff. But you can do that. Or you could just do spacebar like this. This would also work. So we're going to do this for now, I guess. Yeah, so that's how you can set something to multiple values in one line, right? All right. Okay, so next. Now that was step 1. We need to take all this as input, which was a mouthful, but we were able to do it using map, our handy little function. All right, now we need to get to step 2. To set the total download wage as x multiplied by 1b plus y multiplied by 2b, not 2b, sorry, GB. Yeah. So we're not going to do the GB part, we're just going to do 1 and 2, but the 1 part is unnecessary. We'll just set it as x because anything multiplied by 1 is itself. So let's say its total download wage is equal to the 1 GB files that you could do multiply by 1, but it's going to be the same thing, so we don't need to do that. And then plus, like it says here, y multiplied by 2 GB. Now we're going to put this in brackets so that this goes first. Not like it matters because according to BODMAS, multiplication goes first and then addition. And then 2 GB files multiplied by 2. Not 2 GB. That will not work because this is not, obviously, this is not an integer. So that's going to be our total download wage. Now we need to see if Chef can download this amount of data. Let's see. Let's see if his computer is beefy enough to download this much data. Hopefully he hasn't used that much space already. All right, here we go. So we're going to check, like last time we used an if condition. We're going to use if total download wage. Now we need to check that if total download wage is less than or equal to n. Now, how do you check if something is less than or equal to something? You know how to check something that's less than something. Obviously, that's simple. But how do you check less than or equal to? It's simple, actually. You do less than symbol and then equal to together. So it gives like an arrow sign pointing this way. It looks like that, but it's not actually an arrow sign. We need to return yes, else no. Now, like last time, we're going to use continue because we are in a loop. This will work because we're doing for each test case. So let's do this. Print yes. Then we're going to use continue. Then we're going to immediately go out of the if block. Then print no. And that's going to be it for this code. It was pretty simple, actually. Yeah, pretty swift, too. The main part was actually map. This handy little function, really helpful. I mean, you can take input of multiple values in different ways, and I'll show that different way in the next episode. So, yeah. So now it's time to see if the code is valid. Now we're going to run. We already have the custom input down here. We're going to wait here for the handy little box to appear. There we go, little box and two little boxes in the box. We have the output box, which is yes, no, no, yes. And this is valid because here, as you can see, it's yes, no, no, yes. And while we're at it, we're going to explain also why this is yes, no, no, yes. So first we take the number of test cases. It goes inside this for loop, and then it takes input. Now the input is 631 as we saw, and it goes 631, and it takes the total download age as 3 plus 1 multiplied by 2. Now 1 multiplied by 2 goes first, which is 2. 3 plus 2 is 5. So we check, is 5 less than or equal to 6, which is a free space? Yes, it is. So in this case, Chef's computer is ready to download stuff, which is good for him. Next one, however, is 222. Now, Chef has 2 GB of free space, and basically everything is 2. So total download is going to be 2 plus 4, because 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. 2 plus 4 is 6, and 6 is greater than 2, obviously. So it will not go in here. It will not reach the continue statement, and thus it will print no. And next, which is 432. And as you see, the free space is 4 GB, and this is 3 and 2. So total download would be 3 plus 2 multiplied by 2, which is 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 is greater than 4. So this will not go here, and it will print no. And next one, and the final one as well, is 512. Now it goes here. Free space is 5. This is 1, and this is 2. It will be 1 plus 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Now here, it will be 4 plus 1 is 5. Now, it checks here, is this less than? No, it's not. But it is equal to, because 5 is equal to 5. Of course it is. And that's why it will print yes here, because it's less than or equal to. So that's going to be it for today's episode. If you enjoyed it or learned something new, then make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. If you have any doubts, then feel free to ask in the comment section below. See you guys next time.